Alright, welcome back to Wild Mountain Lodge, my Sandbox series here in Planet Zoo. So today, we are adding in some cat facilities. So this is going to be a really super fun build today. We're going to get in both the Bobcat and the Cougar exhibit. Gonna be super fun, so I want to go ahead and get started on this. So I have a reference photo here pulled up from Zoo Chat of a Cougar exhibit. I'm not entirely certain what zoo it's from, but I like it, so I'm going to use it. And we're going to do something here with our paths. I'm going to change these out just a little bit. So we're going to come with the path kind of like this, and then I want to make a little bit of an angle here. You know what, I think I actually want this to be a little bit further down this way. Let's see here, so we'll go like that, and I'm using angle snap here at 11 degrees to help me control the path and make it do what I want it to do instead of what it wants to do, which is one of the tricks to making Planet Zoo paths actually behave. And then I'm going to take align to grid here, and I want to bring out a little bit of a plaza, or not really a plaza, just kind of an extra viewing area. And then I want to make this an angle, so I'm just going to do that really quick to soften that angle. So now we have our little cougar viewing area, and I'm going to start, instead of putting in the barrier, because I have this idea that I want to build first, I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and then I'll make the barrier fit it afterwards. So I'm going to start with our 4-meter glass pane here. And I just want to get this sort of in place. Here, because this is going to be a glassed-in viewing area for our cougars, and if you follow some Planet Zoo content creators, you may have already heard the news that we have mods for non-replacing species. So basically we can mod in new species to Planet Zoo, so even though they haven't added a cougar yet, at least officially, we may actually be able to put a real cougar in this exhibit, which makes me oh so very happy. So as soon as we figured this out, figured out how to do it, yeah, that's going to happen. I may go ahead and drop an African lioness in here just as a temporary placeholder, but yeah, I may actually be able to put the species in this zoo that we don't currently have, all the ones that I've wanted. Oh, it's good. It's a very good thing. So I just want to get this. It's got the viewing area that I have pulled up as a reference, kind of has these angles to it. Goes kind of like that, and then it'll be covered over, but it's not going to be like a full like indoor cabin or anything like I have for the bears. It's just going to be a nice little viewing area, kind of like this. And we'll get this side to match. Working with these glass panes is always such a pain. Let's see here, we'll get that kind of like that. So that's pretty good. And then we'll get our beams in here. I think I'm going to use the South America pack beams, really the same ones that I've been using because they're fantastic. Get this like this. And we'll get that one angled correctly there. That looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and change the color on these now, though. That's not gonna do. Get those that nice dark brown color that I've been using throughout the zoo. Just a little bit of continuity. So I think this little viewing area is going to come together nice and quickly here. I might change the path texture to be something other than dirt. It might make it a little bit A little bit something else, or maybe just actually just pave it in with some flooring pieces. See what happens on that. Alright, so that is going to be our viewing area here. Fairly simple. We have one problem though that I'm seeing already. I forgot that cats will climb these. Anything wood that you have on the exterior of a habitat, cats or anything else that climbs, they will climb them. Not only that, they will climb them, they will also just glitch through them. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem to deal with. I think I can manage. I think I can actually solve that though. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. If they, whatever critter I decide to stick into this habitat does somehow manage to glitch out or sneak through this, I'll just block it off with elephant grass. Yeah, the elephant grass in game is just fantastic for making invisible barriers actually prevent movement. You can flip it upside down, hide it under the ground, it won't be visible. It will, if you're in franchise, just be aware that it will affect welfare because unless it happens to be an animal that wants that in its habitat. Okay, so that looks pretty good for right now. I want to go ahead and get the barriers in. So we're going to do a null barrier here at the front. I want this to be a nice kind of up-close viewing area. And then we'll come this way. Let's see, how do I want to run that actually? Okay, so we're gonna go down like this. I'm actually gonna move the implied Bobcat habitat to a different spot. So we're just gonna come around here, make this nice and big. Yeah, we'll put the implied Bobcat habitat over here. And we'll actually continue this little viewing area down that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and fence in the entire area, and then we'll divide it off. Now we'll put that like that. Okay, so we'll get that like that. Yeah, I'll probably redo this pathing in here just to try and get it a little bit more. A little bit more kind of correct to what I'm thinking about. We'll take those off. I'll just duplicate these pieces out here. Nice and simple. Oh, come on. Why do you do this? It's ever just so slightly not on the grid. Oh, that's never fun. So we'll get that like that. And like that. And then I want to fix my barriers here to match. Just turn that to a null barrier. And bring that fence like that. I want to, while I'm here, just bring the entire fence up to 4 meters. Since this is going to be a cat enclosure, 4 meters is kind of a good standard there. Oh, that's lovely. That's just ever so slightly off. Oh, that's just not gonna work. I'm gonna have to custom do that. Okay. So we have that. Going back to the barrier here, I want to divide this off. We'll just use our chain link for that. And it'll kind of go like this. They can share a fence line. There won't be any harm to that. So we have the larger cougar habitat and the smaller bobcat habitat. Cougars being a big cat, they need a fairly decent amount of space. A lot of zoos don't give their cougars that much space. But bobcats, they're quite a bit smaller. They top out at about 50 pounds. That's for a really, really big one. So they can do fine in a smaller enclosure. So we'll get our staff path run around the back here. Now, will it go down this slope? Oh, look, it will. Sometimes the paths will behave. Okay, why? Why right there? Okay, we can just come closer to the water. I swear the paths that... Really? Okay, so we can't manage that or that, but we can do that. I swear the paths in this game are just the finickiest thing ever. We'll go ahead and get these removed. Then I want to go ahead and put some anti-climb on this. Is that on the correct side? Yeah, it's on the correct side. So the chain link barrier is probably a little bit weak for what we're going to put in here. However, it's a decent stand-in for what a lot of zoos use, which is not chain link anymore. It's actually called zoo mesh or invisimesh. It's a lighter, more flexible. It looks like chain link, but it's much less visible, and it's quite a bit stronger as well. It's suitable for housing anything from, you know, red pandas up to Siberian tigers. So I'm going to go ahead and put in our stand-in for a cougar, which is actually going to be an African lion. We'll get her in here. We'll take her and plop her in. Wait for her to be stuck in here. I'm not sure for the bobcat. I mean, I guess we could use a snow leopard. Do I have anything like that in there already? No, I don't. Yeah, let's put a snow leopard in there as a stand-in for our bobcat. That'll work. It's the smallest of the big cats that we have. Where are we at here? There it is. That'll do. So we'll get those in. I just like to have an animal in the habitat moving around, even if it's not quite the right one. That way I can see how they're utilizing the space, how all that is going. So, while I wait for the caretakers to deliver the animals over here, I'm going to go ahead and go into a speed build, get the rest of this habitat built out, and then I will bring you back once it is finished.
sizowaka nesibona selapha thina sizowaka thina nesibona selapha sizowaka nesibona selapha thina sizowaka thina nesibona selapha sizowaka nesibona selapha thina sizowaka nesibona selapha thina sizowaka.
Alright, welcome back. So, we got quite a bit done today. Have the first of our cat exhibits in here in Wild Mountain Lodge. I forgot the name of my own zoo there for a minute. Okay, so first up is the mountain lion enclosure, or cougar, if you prefer. Where is she? We have an African lioness in here at the moment. She's somewhere. Oh, she'll turn up. So we've got a little waterfall water feature. Oh, there she is. She's swimming. And she doesn't look too bad in here as a stand-in for a cougar. Now with the modding that's going on, I'm really hoping they get the what's now the replacer mod, replaces Bengal Tiger with Cougar, get that converted over to standalone so that we can add it into here. But she's alright. She's not too thrilled with her plants, but that's alright. Named her Sandy. It's a good name for a cougar. I think quite a few of them named that. Nice, kind of wooded, mountainous North America habitat. Fairly typical cougar habitat. In a real zoo or wildlife park, though, there probably would not be trees in it, and it would be netted over or closed over the top somehow. Netting's becoming more and more common because these cats climb, and they climb a lot. So you could have a 4-meter fence, but it would then have to be covered over because they could climb that tree and they just leap straight out. So even though they can't do that in the game, we're gonna kind of leave it the way it is. But in the real world, just imagine there was some netting and there maybe be like fake tree poles holding it up or just ugly metal poles. But moving on from the mountain lion, right next door, we have a bobcat enclosure. And we do have a stand-in animal in here, if I can find her. There she is. We got a little snow leopard in here. She works well for a little stand-in for a bobcat. Got a little bit too long of a tail, but that works. She fits into here quite well, though, and she's almost the right size. I think the snow leopard is quite undersized in this game, at least in relation to like the guests and the keepers and stuff. So a little bit smaller. The bobcat, being a smaller cat, would take less space than the mountain lion, but they're next door neighbors. Again, probably wouldn't have trees in it or wouldn't have tall trees in it in a real zoo, and it would be netted over because again they are quite good jumpers. But I'm quite happy with how these came out. Trying to go with a little bit less dense planting over this way. The trees are starting to hurt my frame rates even with the new computer. But next up, we're going to go into the doll sheep and get a nice doll sheep habitat going in here right next to the cats. That's going to be nice, open. There's not going to be a lot of fencing involved with that one. It's going to look really good. So that's what we're going to tackle next time. And now, before I leave you off here, I have a little surprise of something that is so incredibly awesome. These guys over here. Check it out. Przewalski's horses. So these are a standalone mod. They're non-replacers. They don't replace the zebra. They don't replace anything else. Just released on the Nexus, like today, which actually will be yesterday when this video goes out. They're perfect. They look so good. Look at this. So I believe that the model was originally made by Pure Winter. It was ported over by I believe by Harlequin, who did the work to get it to be a standalone mod. Yeah, there's going to be so many of these new modded animals coming out in the next few days, few weeks, few months. It's going to be crazy. And look at this. Full Zoopedia entry. New map. Species data is all done for them. Written up. Fun facts are in. All the enrichment they share with the zebra, which makes sense. And they even have their own special interspecies enrichment with the Bactrian camels. Could have actually gone and put them in. with the camels over here, but I didn't want to crowd that habitat out too much. So went ahead and added this in this morning just very quickly to get them in because I thought they'd fit so well into Wild Mountain Lodge here. So just put them in this area where the Aldabra tortoises were going to be. I've moved those over here for now. I actually probably need to do like a reptile house for them. We'll see. We'll see when it comes to that point. So expanded our little kind of sagebrush prairie out this way. We'll continue that kind of this way. Really liking this kind of planting. It's very simple, just with the sagebrush. The salt cedar adds a little bit of color to it, and then sinking the large hawthorn, hawthorn 03, down into the ground gives it this kind of scrubby grass look, and I love it. So, yes. Przewalski's horses. Look at them. Look at how perfect they are. Yeah, super fun. So I'm super excited. Super stoked for the new DLC, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. I mean, obviously, I have hopes for what it is. You know, aviaries would be amazing. So would a North America pack or desert pack or anything. Just give me more for Planet Zoo. That's all I want. Okay, so I think I've rambled enough today. So if you did enjoy this video, if you enjoyed the new look at the new Przewalski's horses, leave a like. Do appreciate it. Comment down below and let me know what you think. What do you think of the horses? What do you think of modding in Planet Zoo? What do you think the new DLC is going to be? Anything. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Hit the bell notification if you'd like to be notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one, possibly with a new modded animal.